morning. It is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, and it is 6:19 a.m. in my locale. Current temperature is 66 degrees, which means I have the windows open, and it's going up to about 72. So that's going to be pretty pleasant weather for us outside today. So, let's see. Yesterday was good. I did 4 tours today. My partner and I are working the other, so I'll be doing probably 2 because I don't think they're running on the other side today. And then so what'll happen is that gives me plenty of more time that when it's not running to do either something else or, more importantly, keep studying, because I'm about 65% through the testing that I have to get in order to get a certificate I really don't need, even though my company says I have to have it. Yeah, you can pretzel that all you want. But we're going to move forward to our daily Zen poem. And it says, "Pilgrims endure the climb and rest in the sanctuaries. Their strength and courage is renewed by the telluric powers of the great heights. Some pilgrims kept diaries, and others wrote poems and essays which have been handed down to us through written long ago. On door and wall, some scribbled their thoughts which have weathered away." Han Shan Chi. It's interesting to hear. I, again, doing 2 things. Number one, I have a thing that I started about 2 years ago. Anytime I have something that is interesting that I think may need to be handed down to a future generation so they can either call me a name or whatever they want to do, I put into a file. And I have that file, and it's about 40 pages long. Okay. Very few people have access to that file. Those that do have only writing or have only reading ability, not writing. If they want something, they have to tell me so I can add it for them. And maybe someday we'll publish that. I'm also, if for those of you who do not know, I'm trying something new. I am writing a book. And that is my experience from the point where I left where I was living until right now. So I update that. I was doing it daily like a journal, but it was all starting to sound the same. So now I'm updating it weekly, and they're shorter pieces. However, I think they're more meaningful. So we'll see at the end. I figure when I get to day 365, then I will either do the next piece and start editing this and publishing it, and then, or I'll write the second one. Who knows? Depends on what I think at the moment. If I start reading it and I'm like, I'm bored, I'm not going to bother trying to pass it off to anybody else in a sequel. All right. Let's go on to our daily rune pull. Let's try it that way. Try it again, Huff. That is the rune of fertility. So another cycle rune. If anybody is surprised, you haven't been around here long, have you? Let's get to it. It'd be easy to find a page in a book, right? Okay. Fertility, new beginnings, the hero god. A rune akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature, the urge toward harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. This rune embodies a need to share, a yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. A lot like those pilgrims in that poem, hey? The completions of beginnings is what this requires. It's a mark of a time of joyous deliverance of new life and a new path. If you draw it, it means you have now the strength to achieve completion, resolution, which comes from a new beginning. You must complete something. It is timely that you complete some project now. Make it your first priority if possible. Maybe you can turn around a difficult state of mind. You can resolve, clarify, turn around your thoughts and your behaviors. Drawing this rune indicates you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. You must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. If you don't help yourself, nobody else will. Doesn't that message just come back again and again and again? All things change, and we cannot live permanently around obstructions. This signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from tension and uncertainty. Yes, that is absolutely true. Once you make that big change that you have to make, all the stress disappears, all the crazy disappears. Things are going to happen. You're able to handle them in a much more calm fashion. You may be required to free yourself from a rut, habit, or relationship. Some deep cultural or behavior pattern, some activity was quite proper to the self you are leaving behind. Now, that doesn't make me happy. The period right before birth is a dangerous one. Movement involves danger, yet movement is timely leads out of danger. Now is his time to enter the delivery room. Another of the cycle runes. It counsels preparation and being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from unwanted influences and seeing the humor. You are indeed prepared to open yourself to the will of heaven and await your deliverance with calm certainty. So, just like those pilgrims, that they were, climbing and they were, seeking something, here, this is telling you you need to seek something, which is to complete something. What if you can, it could be a state of mind, it could be a project, something. You need to complete that now. Okay. My completion is that I will probably have to go to town tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. Um, and if I don't, then I'm probably going to have to change the black tank seal in my rig, which I am not happy about. Okay, I have the part. I just don't want to get under there and do it because it looks like a pain. It looks like I've seen videos on it. They say it takes 20 minutes. 20 minutes is going to take me 35, 40 minutes. So double whatever time it is because I'm going to take my time to make sure I'm doing it right. It'll probably be go to town, really, because I flushed the black and the gray tanks yesterday, after the video, but before I went to work. So we're empty. Our freshwater tank is full. I need to empty that one too and refill that. It's been full since September, and I would like to see it emptied. I'd also like to see it sanitized, that particular tank, because I have a city water connection, and the only way I'm going to be able to sanitize that is I'm going to have to, and this is going to sound crazy, bypass the hot water heater, put in the bleach, put in the water, bypass the hot water heater, then run the water pump and run every faucet in here while the gray tank is open, or while the gray tank is running, and then let it sit for a little bit and then open it because it's a plastic tank. But that's it. That's all I got for you right now. Okay, let's see if we can get Queso out from his warmy. Come here. Damn. Obligatory Queso view. There we go. You got the yawn. He did the shake after I put him down, but you got the yawn and you got the snort. All right, so let's see. Today's message is what you just got from both pieces of this puzzle. You're seeking something, and many of the people took this information they were trying to seek and they wrote down where they were going, what they were doing to try to tell others that were going to follow them. Other side is that having the energy and the clarity and the will of mind to complete some project is very important right now. Okay, that's incredibly important. And not to be afraid of that as you move forward to a new way of being or state of being or thought process, because it's going to be okay at the end. And I had a friend of mine years and years and years and years and years ago. They used to say on the tagline of his emails, when emails were only text, it's all okay at the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. And he was a very positive, very, very nice man. And I appreciate when I got an email from him that said that. So that's your message. Continue seeking. Get ready for that change. Finish that project. Get yourself in gear and get it done. I will do that today. I will make the best swing at the fences to get this test done. I want it out of my way. And then we can go on to the next thing. My plan is I have to work. As I said, 8:30, 4:30. And I'm working with my partner, which is cool. She'll probably want to do tours 2 and 4, which gives me 1 and 3, which means the midday, the 11 o'clock, I can get back to work, see if anybody needs any help, get studying on my test, and then at the end of the day, I can do the exact same thing. Okay, I can really hopefully get some time at work to finish this particular piece of paper they want at work. Now, I will say that there are people that I work with that simply refuse, which is, I have no argument with. If you want to say, I am not going to take a 4 hour test to do something that I do not need to have just because you want me to have it, then I won't do that because you want me to take this test. It's not inside of my scope of responsibility. So, guess what? You'll have to find somebody else to do it. Perfectly fine. Absolutely fine. I think that that makes a lot of sense. For them, they don't want to sit down and study it. They don't want to sit down and take it, even though it costs nothing but your time. Because they're saying, I can do this and I don't need it. This company wants it, and it's not my responsibility to be doing these things. So, guess what? Find somebody else to do it. I have no argument with that. That's very logical. I'm a different cat. I want this because it's mine. And if tomorrow I'm not having fun here and I want to go somewhere else and I want to kind of do the same thing, I've got all the little pieces of paper that everybody needs because let's face it, we don't live here anymore. Well, our community lives here and here, right? But their society lives on little pieces of paper. Little pieces of paper, mainly for money. And I cannot say that I am not guilty as charged because if I wanted to write out my full title, I have alphabet soup behind my name as well. The only difference is I don't really use it. I can. However, I've seen that society. And if you want me to use my alphabet soup, you are going to pay for it dearly. The information underneath this ball cap starts at $300 an hour. If you want me to read anything, that's $400 an hour. And I work for a 6 hour minimum, even if it takes me an hour to finish. How's that for their society having an effect on other people? Make sure that you finish that very important thing too. Know your value and know your limits. Me, I'm going to grab a shower, feed the big guy, and we're going to get started. And today is going to be a nice day. I'm 99.9% sure of it because I'm going to make it that way. And then tomorrow and Friday are my days off. So we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day. Get that job done. Get that thing finished. And don't forget, don't keep trying to find whatever it is you're trying to find. Put in that energy at work to get it done. Get that resolved now. It's time. See you tomorrow.